Psalm 68 isn't the easiest. It's hard to see a really clear structure, and there's quite a lot of complex imagery in there. And so there are two ways that we could approach it. The first one would be to zoom in and try and dissect a verse. For example, isn't verse 3 wonderful? But may the righteous be glad and rejoice before God. May they be happy and joyful. It'd be wonderful to look at that. But the other option, and the one I want to take, is to focus on the big impression that we take away from the psalm. I hope that you've already read it. If you haven't, please do pause and do so. And as you read, ask yourself the question, what impression do we get of God through the psalm? So I think the big impression that we get of God is that he is the majestic, mighty warrior God who fights for his people. Let me again just read a couple of the verses through the psalm. And may God arise, may his enemies be scattered, may his foes flee before him. A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy dwelling. Praise be to the Lord, to God our Saviour, who daily bears our burdens. Our God is a God who saves. From the sovereign Lord comes escape from death. Summon your power, God. Show us your strength, our God, as you have done before. And finally, you, God, are awesome in your sanctuary. The God of Israel gives power and strength to his people. Praise be to God. God is the majestic, mighty warrior God who fights for his people. He has been, he is, and he always will be. We today, we don't live in a time of warfare against God's flesh and blood enemies, but we are in a battle, a spiritual battle, a battle against the powers of this dark world and against the spiritual forces of evil. But we fight this battle joining on Jesus' side, who has already won the victory by his death. We fight this battle knowing that the final and full victory is assured when one day Jesus will return again and defeat all evil. Yes, we are in a spiritual battle, but we fight it with the God of this psalm, the majestic, mighty warrior God who fights for his people.